This is what happens behind the scenes, you know. Hello, good evening. I'll tell you what, I have just come back from a holiday. I don't know if anybody was listening earlier, but it rained and it rained and it rained. And I thought, when Friday morning comes, I'm going to go home. And I went home, yes, well, I came home yesterday and I was glad to get in the door. And that was it, the part of my holiday just flew by. And I must admit, it was all right, but I'm glad I'm home now. Anyway, guys, don't forget, later on, we got Rob on, and he's talking about law and everything else like that. And, guys, you know what to do there. Switch off. No, don't switch off. Just kind of like, come on, listen in and give him a chance. No, you didn't hear that, Rob, did you? No? Okay. And I want to talk, and also don't forget, guys, that thank you very much for your voting. We are now number 3 in the actual charts, not the music charts, not top of the pops, guys, but we're getting there. So thank you very much, everybody. I tell you what, I've got Michelle here, and she's all the way from New Zealand, right? And she's dancing with her. I don't know why, but there you go. But we do have some strange people on here. Michelle, how are you?
I'm celebrating because you're number 3, Steve. I'm celebrating for you.
Yeah. Right, okay. Okay. Don't make me laugh, please, gosh. Right, so anyway, so what are we talking about, Michelle? Come on.
We are talking about staying high vibe. We are talking about keeping your mental health up there and keeping you feeling amazing because you're really, really important and the world needs you.
Right. Why does the world need me for? There's a lot of people out there.
But honestly, the world needs every single one of us. Every single one of us is here to be a little part in the chain. And if you pop off, if you decide that you no longer want to be here, then there's a break in the chain. Like, we need every single one of us. You might not know what their purpose is right now. It could be anything. It could be something small. It could be something massive, but you don't actually know what it is. If you give up now, you're giving up too soon. There is something so much better coming.
Right. So I've got a Facebook site called Never Give Up. And that's really good about never give up, because some of us do, don't we? We go through bad times and everything, and some of us do give up, and because things are not working out for us and everything. And I think, with our mental health, I think it's best that we start kind of, what can I say, stop being sad, and kind of like, and just be glad really that we're here, we're alive.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not even about stop being sad, because if you're sad, like, feel that emotion. I think half the problem is we try and push away some of the emotions that we think are bad and pull towards us the ones that we think that are good. But honestly, no emotions are good or bad. The sadness is there to show you a message. It's there to show you what you don't need or want in your life. Like, it really is for a purpose.
Yeah. So what do you say then about people who are suffering with mental health and who is trying to kind of like sort their life out? How do these people get back to the top again? How do they kind of like get themselves out of that trap, out of that hole, get themselves up to that ladder, to the point of saying, okay, I don't want to go back there again. How can I improve my life?
Yeah, absolutely. There are so many things that I want to tell you. I could talk for 100 years and I'm going to end up being like,
carry on.
But there's so many things. Like, the first thing is to actually feel the feelings. Stop pushing them away, like taking the little white pills. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. If they're saving your life, then absolutely take them, but you need to get beyond those, right? Like, they're not going to save your life, but feeling your emotions and dealing with them and clearing out this, can I swear? Clearing out stuff clearing out the stuff that makes you feel bad is what will make you feel good. So the first thing I want to talk about is noticing what drains you. Like after you've spent time around a particular group of people, let's say you're part of a ukulele club and you go to the ukulele club and you come home and you feel like you're on death's door, like you just don't want to be alive anymore, then there's some energy in that ukulele club, maybe even a person or a group of people that are making you feel really shit about yourself. Don't go. Don't hang out with people that make you feel shit about yourself because you're a beautiful, divine being. Why would you hang out with people that don't think that?
Well,
So
I don't like playing the ukulele, but I just go for the laugh of it.
yeah, I'll probably laugh at them playing ukulele as well. It was a poor example. Let's say you go into a horse riding club and people are judging you and they're looking you up and down while you're on your horse and it makes you feel shit. Don't go there. Go to another riding club.
I don't mind. I don't mind if they don't care. I just
Yeah,
take a food by them and that'd be it. Got rid of them.
exactly right. But
Yeah. I'm getting what you're saying because
yeah,
you're
yeah,
looking at the positive side of things. Yeah, I know.
yeah. Exactly. So it's about noticing the things that really drain you, and it's not always people. Sometimes it's particular buildings might make you feel really sad. I mean, it might be your job that's making you feel like shit. If your job makes you feel like shit, get a new one. There are other jobs out there. You don't need to stay somewhere that's miserable. Same with relationships. Don't stay in it if it's making you miserable. Why would you?
All right. Okay. Um. Okay. I'll get rid of my wife tomorrow.
Shall we call her onto the show?
Yeah. she, she gave me a sign here. If you listen on the radio, everybody, Michelle gave me a sign here, and it's not very nice. But you know what it is. But there you go. But what I'm trying to but what I'm trying to say is this that that's the trouble though, isn't it? We kind of like we do things and we're not very happy. So and it makes us so miserable. So why should we go to these places and make ourselves more miserable? You know what I mean? I know.
Exactly.
I remember when I had a girlfriend once, and she said to me, "Tonight we're going to the ballet," and I said, "Tonight Stephen's going to the bar." You know what I mean? So it was looking. They got a bar there. Crept out halfway through. I don't want to see people in their pants dancing around. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I don't enjoy the ballet either. I would have been at the bar with you.
Yeah, I'd rather, I'd rather be at the bar, kind of like having a drink and kind of like, you know, seeing people dancing in their pants or whatever they're doing. It's not. But do you get what I'm trying to say? The
Yeah,
trouble is we do things that we don't want to do, and it's like if we have a partner, sometimes they like like going to the ballet, and you go with them anyway, just to
yeah,
please them. But
yeah.
you think, Michelle, we're pleasing people?
Yeah, pleasing people is a terrible thing to do. We should stop people pleasing. Like it comes from a good place. We people please because we want the people in our lives to love us. But honestly, your girlfriend would have loved you if you said, "Darling, go and have a fabulous time at the ballet. It's just not for me," right? And if she couldn't accept you for who you were, and if you had to go to the ballet to earn her love, then was it really a relationship worth keeping? Well, you're not with her, and you're married to your lovely wife now, so you know.
Yeah, 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 sort of. Anyway, um, and I've got another sign, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, but the trouble is, with anything, any relationship or any kind of like kind of scenario in our lives, the trouble is we do go around pleasing people, and we
Do
got to stop really because we got to live our own lives too, don't we?
yeah, we
Yeah.
do. We do.
So what?
And it's all about negotiation, isn't it? Like if there's something you really don't want to do, then you say you don't want to do it. And you might negotiate that you do one thing that they like and one thing that you like, but the point is don't let it tip over into you doing all these things in your life for other people and not pleasing yourself. Because if you don't please yourself and raise your own vibration and happiness, that's when you end up depressed. That's when you slip backwards into the hole beyond the point where you can actually pull yourself out.
Okay. Wayne says hi, Michelle. How are you doing this evening?
Fantastically, thank you, Wayne.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, but the trouble is, though, it's like I don't know what they do over in New Zealand, but you know, um, it's like if you go anywhere in New Zealand or anything, New Zealand's a nice country. But the trouble is, here in the UK, right, we're all crumbed up together. You know, it's like
Hmm.
sardines. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And the trouble is, you don't get any breathing space, and sometimes people look at us thinking, right, so and so, they're doing something, so and so doing something. And what you were saying just now, people are kind of like they keep looking at you, things you get, you know. But I say to people now, I say, well, you know, if they don't like me or they don't like what I'm doing, then that's their problem, not mine. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Do you
Exactly,
agree?
Steve. I totally agree. It's completely and utterly their problem. And I know, I mean, I've lived in England as well, and I get it. There's a lot of judgment going on because everyone can see what you're doing because you're all living so close to each other. I mean, you leave your house and walk down the road to the ukulele club, and that's it. Everyone knows you're going to ukulele. But it is about doing what pleases you, because if you spend your whole life pleasing other people, you end up miserable.
Yeah, yeah. Got a question here for you. Um, Sorry for asking, Michelle, but what do you do?
I'm a business coach. I'm a business coach, and I've just set up a charity to help differently abled young people set up their own businesses. So that's what I spend my days doing, motivating people, helping people set up businesses, and I love it.
Yes. So if you've got a business that you want to set up, you know, then go to New Zealand, see Michelle, and she'll help you. I'm going to New Zealand next week to start my own business up. I'm going for sheep shearing, and I'm coming over there next week.
Well, we're busy. I mean, it's sheep shearing season, so come on over, Steve. We need you.
I'm
Actually,
only
you won't
coming
be able to
over.
get into the country. We're on lockdown. Forget it. You won't even be able to get in.
What you want about? I'm going to parachute in. Um,
Yeah.
no, but the trouble is, the trouble is, so when do we say no to people about pleasing people all the time?
Yeah. Well, you just got to start saying no. In fact, I do that with my clients. I'm like, everything that everybody asks you for the next week, the answer is no. I don't care what it is or how amazing it is, the answer is no. Because especially, we're just, and especially women are terrible at saying no. We just say yes to everything, right? But men as well. So just practice saying no. Every time someone asks for something, no, no thanks.
Yeah, but
Just get
I'm not a no person. I like to please everybody. You know what I mean? You
no.
know,
But you can unlearn that behavior, Steve. Honestly, give it a go. Start saying no for a week. And then you can tell everyone on the radio how it goes. I'd love to hear it.
yeah, yeah. But the trouble is, so see, I like pleasing everybody, and the trouble is, but you can't please. You know, I must admit, you can't please everybody. But
No.
the trouble is, people I've met on here, and I try to help everybody. But the trouble is, sometimes you got to be so careful who you help. Are they genuine or whatever? So at this moment in time, like this virus is going around again, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we've got to be so careful who we trust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so ask yourself on the inside, like, if anyone ever asks me anything, I do something called three gates. I run it through three gates. First of all, I ask myself, do I have the resources for this right now? Do I have the time, the money, the energy, and the desire to do it? And if it makes it through those, if I've got the resources, then it's a yes. But then it has to go through the next gate. Does this align with my values? So my values are kindness and improvement and a whole host of other ones. If it doesn't match my values, then it's a no. And then the final one is, do I want to do it? Would this make me happy or would it make me sad? And if it would make me happy and it's got through all the other gates, then it's a yes.
Right? But sometimes, so we've got trouble is, so we like to please people, especially if we're in like a relationship, because we
Yes.
don't want to lose that partner, say, do we?
Hmm.
You know?
You learn to live with that. Like I should drag my English husband in here, and he can tell you how often I say no. Right? Like if I don't want to do something, then the answer is no, and he's exactly the same. Like if he doesn't want to do something, it's like, oh no, thanks, babe, I don't want to do that. So we just learn to be really honest with each other, and it's okay. It's okay for us to say no to each other,
So you're the boss in your household.
pretty much.
Yeah, Yeah. Okay. Um. Hey, mate. I don't know if you're listening, but stand your ground. Stand your ground.
He does. He does. He definitely tells me no. He's like, no.
No, I know. I know. But the trouble is, so sorry about all the joking around, but the trouble is, I find it very difficult to say no sometimes to anybody because
Mm,
you get to a point of thinking, well, no, and what they do is they go, right, okay, I'm not going to ask him for help no more, or I'm not going to do that no more. Then you feel guilty. You feel guilty then, don't you?
mhm. Yep.
You know,
And
you
and
think,
and it's okay. Just feel the guilt.
mm, yeah. The trouble is, Susie, it's and when you feel guilty, a bit of shame comes into that as well. I think, especially for
Yeah.
me, because you feel guilty, then it's shame, then it's like a kind of a loss, thinking, oh no, what have I done? I should have done this different and whatever. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's
I really do. And honestly, Steve, it comes down to this. We say yes to people and we help every single person because it comes down to self-worth. We feel like we're only of value if we're giving. But here's what I want all of your listeners to understand. You are of value just because you are breathing. You don't have to do things for other people to be of value, to be a great human being. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do things for other people because I love doing things for other people, but go inside your own body first and check if you have the resources, if it matches your values, and if it would make you happy. And if it's yes, then do it. If it's not, then don't do it. But get comfortable with saying no so that you can guard your energy. If you give everything out, that's when you end up depressed because you have nothing left inside. You
mm,
also need some of your energy. You also deserve your kindness.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No one's. I've just kind of like written a book, and it comes out December the 13th. And in that book is about about my truth, like about mental health and what's been going on and what's been going on in the last couple of months, couple of weeks, because I've been having a tough time. And the trouble is, what you've got to um, when you're suffering with mental health,
Yeah,
people don't see that you're suffering with mental health.
they
They
don't.
don't. They don't see it. They don't see it. And I think mental health, we should kind of like speak about it more. You know what I
So sure.
mean?
We need to wear it on the outside. Like if you've got a broken arm, people are like, "Oh, let me help you and let me cook your dinner and let me do your vacuuming." You've got mental health. Nobody knows what's going on. They're just like, "Oh,
Mm.
God, Michelle's being a bit weird, or Michelle's been a sour cow today." Like they can't see the hurt. And you know why?
I
Because we
can't see
don't
you
tell them.
being a sour. I can't see you being a sour cow.
I can when I get really depressed, I can be really sour.
All right.
And
Okay.
so yeah, but we don't tell people. Like people say, "How you feeling?" We're like, "Oh, we're fine." But why not say, "Actually, today I feel like shit and I just need a hug."
Mm. Mm.
Like why not say what we need? Why are we so ashamed to say what we need?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like uh, w- I think it's trouble is if we kind of like be honest and tell people what we really need and what's been going on. I think then we kind of like lose that closeness and that friendship. They'll still be there. They'll probably be in the background, but they won't be closer to you.
If
You
we
know what I'm
told them how
saying?
we feel.
Sorry?
Do you mean if we told people how we feel that they wouldn't be close friends with us?
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you really think that though?
Yeah. Yeah. It's happened to me. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll share something with you. I tried committing suicide over a bridge. It's in my book, and where I live, and I was on top of this bridge, and I wanted to go. I wanted to end my life. I just had enough, completely. And my when I was in waiting for the police had to kind of like come and not arrest me, but they come and took me to the police station because they felt that I was suicidal. well, I was suicidal anyway, and they put me on the Mental Health Act, 1981 Mental Health Act, and so then I went to a psychiatric hospital. It was not a psychiatric, not it was like an acute unit for people who's got suffering with depression. It's not, well, it's not. Um, Anyway, so I got there and they said to me, "Why did you kind of like wanted to jump off the bridge?" And I said, "Do you know when you get to a point in your life where everything is boiling up, and people can't see the problems, what you got and everything, and they only can see the outside of you, not the inside of you, what's going on." And as I was explaining this, they said, "Well, but there's no need to commit suicide or jump off a bridge and everything." I said, "But you don't know what's going in my head. You don't
Mm,
know anything about me. You might be a psychiatrist, you might have all these qualifications, but until you sit there and be in my shoes, then you can tell me." And then he said to me, he said, "Well, what I'll do is I will." So anyway, so the story was that I phoned my friend and I said, "Look, I'm in hospital in a psychiatric unit. Do you want to come up and visit me?" And you know what they said? They said, "Oh no, another nutter." Put the phone down.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, Steve. If
Well,
you if
no,
you're ever
no,
if you're ever feeling shitty and down, you phone me. I would never do that to you. That's just
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Some people are shit, Steve. They just are. Some people are not nice people. But trust me, there are people out there that are nice.
yeah, 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 yeah. I know. But the trouble is, so, but now I can look back at it and say, all right, okay. And they, they're still on my Facebook. They still around me. But I don't have nothing to do with them anymore. It's not because I hate them. I don't hate them. I just don't like the way how they treated me while they're a mental health advocate who's in the press and goes on the news all the time talking about mental health. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Well, there you
They,
go.
they, they, they wouldn't be on my Facebook page. If anyone treated me like that, like I just cut people out now. If they're not on my team, then they're not on my team. I'd completely cut them out. I wouldn't even have their energy on my Facebook page. How dare he treat you like that, or
Yeah,
whoever it
yeah.
was?
Well, yeah. But and the other day, they were on my and they said, "Can I come on to join your team for the podcast stuff and everything?" I said, "Nope, don't. I don't want any. I don't want you on here. I don't want you to touch it. I don't want you to be part of it." Then and that was it. So, but what I'm trying to say, um, what I'm trying to say is, even though when people don't want to know us,
Yeah,
sometimes we got to say, right, okay, if they don't want to know us because we're suffering through like mental health, or they can see that we are not well, then that's fine. You know,
yeah,
that's that's their problem, not our problem. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Because we can't go around wearing stickers all the time and say, right, I've got a mental health problem. I'm schizophrenic or I'm depressed. At the end of the day, if you've got a mental health problem, then talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the only way to normalize it, right? Like if we talk about it, it becomes normal. Look at how many things weren't acceptable in the past that are now openly talked about and that are acceptable.
Mm,
Well,
yeah,
it'll be the
yeah.
same with mental health. The more we talk about it, the more acceptable it will become.
Yeah, more women. I was reading something the other day. More women are more talkative than men
Women
because
do like to
men.
talk.
Sorry.
Women do like to talk.
Oh, they do, don't they? They go on and on and on. You know. When a woman gets together, that's it. They're off. It's like horse
Yeah.
racing, isn't it? And they
Oh, I
start
can't.
like,
I can't do it. I can't do small talk unless we're talking about something really interesting like mental health or change in the world. I can't. I can't talk about handbags and music and can't do it.
yeah, handbags. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
um, my wife don't like handbags. But anyway, but the trouble is, the trouble is with anything though, it's a lot of people should start talking more about mental health. And I remember someone like he was abused, And he said, Steve, I find it very difficult to talk to other men. I said, you know why you're afraid to talk to other men? It's because one, you might lose a friend. Number two, people might think differently of you. And I said, number
Mm,
three, it's tough. At the end of the
mm,
day, if you're going through a problem, you share it
yeah,
and tell people about it. And if people don't want to know, that's their problem. So get
yeah,
away from being the macho guy.
yeah,
Stop being soft.
yeah. Exactly. It is so much harder for men to talk about how they feel. Like you've really been conditioned to toughen up and like not talk about it, and that really does need to change. I'm so pleased that you're talking about this because it's
Mm,
really important for men to talk about how they feel.
mm.
So important.
Do you, with what you do, how do you kind of deal with people when they come to you if they're suffering with mental health or
Yeah, we
whatever?
talk about it completely and utterly honestly, and we dig really deep. So they'll say, "Well, this is the problem," and I'm like, "Well, how did that start? And why is that a problem?" Yeah, but underneath that, what's that really about? So the trick is to not deal with the stuff up here, but to get straight down here really quickly, and then we deal with that, and then we make a plan to deal with that, and that's what drags them up out of the hole. You got to get to the real root cause of it.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when my business ended, right? I had a cleaning business, and I people were saying to me for a long time, they were saying to me, Steve, you're doing too much, doing too much, doing too much. And I'm in
Mm,
business. It was my business, you know what I mean? And I killed over and I had a stroke and stuff. And
mm,
that's my fault. And that was a wake up call for me.
mm.
And with any business, when a business folds up or when things happen in your life, the trouble is you're bound to get down. You're bound to get be depressed and everything. Then you've got to start kind of like seeking help. At what point do you say to people now, if people's listening, you know, to seek help? When do you think?
Honestly, but before you even go there, like if you know that there's a big change coming up that you're going to feel something deeply about, get help before you even do it. Like talk to someone, this is coming up and this is what I'm worried about, how I'm going to feel. Like if you talk about those emotions now, don't wait until you're down in the bottom of the hole to talk about it, because that's when it's really difficult to climb out. Talk about it before you even get into the hole. And honestly, when big changes happen now, I don't tend to get depressed anymore because I view it differently. I used to feel like things would happen to me. But now I know that things happen for me because every single change in my life has brought something better. So we might think it's the end of something, but it's actually the beginning of something. So it's about changing the way that you view things.
Good. And if people want to contact you, how do they contact you?
They can jump onto my website, empowermentempires.com, and they can be blinded by all the glitter on there. And yeah, they can reach out to me there via email or on Facebook or Instagram or any way they like. I'm quite happy to chat to anyone about how they're feeling.
Okay, Michelle, thank you very much. Guys, don't forget, if you want to, don't forget, we use mind mental health here. So if you're going through any problems at all, not just the guys, but women too, and if you need help for anything, don't never keep it to yourself. Speak out. And we have got counsellors here and everything. And just contact me, and we'll put you in contact with somebody who could help you out. In the meantime, guys, I've got to go because I've got to go to New Zealand and start doing some sheep shearing. And no, I'm only joking. I've got another guest. But in the meantime, guys, bye for now. Bye bye.